The day a country club queen tried to ruin my daughter's dream. The white lilies glowed under the morning sun, their petals soft as velvet against the stained glass windows of St. Paul's Cathedral. My 5-year-old daughter, Emily, pressed her nose to the glass, her hazel eyes wide with wonder. "Daddy, do I look like a fairy?" she asked, touching the tiny crown of daisies nestled in her curls. I knelt beside her, adjusting the wicker basket of petals in her small hands. "Sweetheart, you're the most enchanting fairy in the whole world," I said, my heart swelling. Little did I know, a storm was brewing, one that would threaten to shatter her dream and test my resolve as a father and the mayor of our town. Emily had practiced for weeks to be the flower girl at her cousin Laura's wedding. Every evening after kindergarten, she'd glide across our living room, scattering paper petals with the grace of a ballerina. Laura, my sister's daughter, was like my own child. When her father passed in a tragic accident 2 years ago, I promised to walk her down the aisle. Having Emily as the flower girl made the day even more special. The wedding was set at St. Paul's, with the reception at the prestigious Oak Ridge Country Club, a place Laura had dreamed of since she was Emily's age, flipping through bridal magazines. As mayor of our small but affluent city, I was used to juggling council meetings and budget disputes. But today, I was just a proud uncle and a doting dad. I'd cleared my weekend to focus on Laura's wedding and ensure Emily felt like the star she was. "I won't mess up, Daddy," Emily vowed, clutching her basket like it held diamonds. "I'll walk slow, smile big, and sprinkle petals like fairy dust." 5 minutes before the ceremony, I spotted her Margaret Reynolds, the HOA president of Oak Ridge Estates, storming across the church lawn like a general marching to war. Her scowl was all too familiar from city council meetings, where she'd complain about ordinances or demand special treatment for her elite neighborhood. As a new member of the Oak Ridge Country Club's board, she wielded her power like a scepter. "What's she doing here?" I muttered, my stomach tightening. Margaret burst into the church vestibule, her heels clacking like gunfire on the marble floor. "Excuse me," she bellowed, her voice echoing through the sacred space. She zeroed in on Mrs. Thompson, the elderly wedding coordinator. "That child is dressed inappropriately for this venue." She pointed a manicured finger at Emily, who froze, her basket trembling. "Her dress is too short, too childish. She doesn't belong here." Emily's eyes filled with tears. "Daddy, is my dress bad?" she whispered. I pulled her close. "Your dress is perfect, sweetheart." It was no discount frock custom made for $300 by Laura's designer. But even if it were from a thrift store, she looked adorable. Rage simmered in my chest, but I kept calm for Laura's sake. "Mrs. Reynolds," I said evenly, "there's a misunderstanding. Emily is the flower girl." Margaret sneered. "I don't care what she is. As a board member, I enforce standards. That dress is from some bargain bin, isn't it? This is Oak Ridge, not a backyard picnic." Emily sobbed, her tiny shoulders shaking. Laura, radiant in her pearl-encrusted gown, rushed over, her face pale. "What's going on?" "The ceremony starts in 2 minutes. This woman wants to kick Emily out," I explained, my voice tight. Laura's eyes blazed. "She's 5. She's my flower girl." Margaret waved a folder of papers. "I have the authority to remove anyone violating our dress code." "She's out now," Emily wailed. "I practiced so hard, Daddy. Don't let her take me away." The guests stared, the organ music halted, and Laura's dream wedding teetered on the brink of ruin. Margaret's words stung deeper than she knew. Emily's mother, my ex-wife Carla, was African American, and Emily's warm brown skin and curly hair stood out in our mostly white, wealthy town. I'd seen the subtle glances from people like Margaret, prejudice masked as standards. "Mrs. Reynolds," I said, my mayor's voice emerging calm but lethal. "You have 30 seconds to back off, or this becomes your problem." She laughed, a harsh, grating sound. "You're nobody here. I'm calling security." 2 guards approached, looking uneasy. "Ma'am," one said to Margaret, "she's just a kid." "Remove them both," she snapped. Laura's makeup ran with tears. "This is my wedding." That's when I snapped, not as a dad, but as the mayor who'd battled Margaret's entitlement for years. I pulled out my phone. "Chief Daniels, this is Mayor James Carter. Send units to Oak Ridge Country Club. We have harassment and discrimination happening now." Margaret's smirk faded. "You're bluffing." I flashed my mayor's badge. "I'm James Carter, The man who signs your HOA contracts and approves your zoning permits. And this is my daughter you're humiliating in front of 200 witnesses and security cameras. The guard stepped back, one radioing his supervisor. Police sirens wailed in the distance. Chief Daniels arrived with 3 squad cars. Mrs. Reynolds, come with us for questioning. Discriminating against a minor is a serious offense. As Margaret was led away, protesting, the ceremony began. Emily walked down the aisle, scattering petals with a radiant smile. Guests wiped tears, and Laura's wedding was perfect. Later, at the reception, the district attorney called. James, we're charging Reynolds with harassment, civil rights violations, and disturbing the peace. With the video evidence and her history, she faces fines, community service, maybe jail. Oak Ridge's board moved to oust her, and their investigation uncovered her pattern of targeting minority staff and families. The real victory was Emily's resilience. A week later, she bounced home from school. Daddy, my teacher read the newspaper about us. She said I was brave. The headline, Mayor Defends Daughter Against Wedding Discrimination, featured Emily beaming in her dress. At school, she became a protector, standing up for kids who were teased. Everyone's different, and that's special, she'd say. 6 months later, I was reelected by a landslide. In my speech, I held Emily's hand. Government isn't just budgets, it's ensuring every child feels safe and valued. A reporter asked about critics calling my reaction excessive. That wasn't a dress code issue, I said. It was an adult bullying a child because she thought she could. We don't tolerate bullies here. Margaret served 90 days in jail, completed 400 hours of community service, and was banned from civic leadership for a decade. Oak Ridge and the city adopted stricter anti-discrimination policies. Emily, now 8, volunteers at community events, ensuring every kid feels included. She dreams of being mayor to protect others like Daddy did. That night, as I tucked her in, Emily asked, "Why was that lady so mean about my dress?" I sighed. Some people are unhappy inside, so they try to make others feel small. But you're perfect, and I'll always protect you. She smiled. I want to be mayor to stop mean people, too. Margaret's cruelty backfired, teaching Emily to stand tall and fight for others. Her flower girl dress is framed in her room, a reminder that no one can dim her light. As mayor, my greatest duty isn't in City Hall, it's ensuring my daughter knows she belongs everywhere. What do you think about this story? Have you faced bullying or injustice in your life? Share your thoughts in the comments. Should we confront bullies head-on? Or is there another way? Your perspective matters, so let's discuss.